Devil in the White City, Anna Eckert. Author's goal, outline of the book. In the book The Devil in the White City, Erik Larson tells the story of two very different individuals, intertwining them together through Chicago's World Fair. The book is told in third-person omniscient, since the narrator knows the thoughts and feelings of the characters. Throughout the book, you see things from different people's perspectives, including Burnham, a successful Chicago architect, Holmes, a psychopathic doctor from New Hampshire, bystanders, murder victims, and sometimes even the entire city as a whole. The book's plot has different parts, starting with the struggles Burnham faces while building the fair. The other plot is formed around Holmes and his plan to use an abandoned lot across the street from his pharmacy to kill many of his victims. Main topic. Main topic is light versus dark, or good versus evil. This message is apparent because Erik Larson chooses to have a strong protagonist and antagonist. Burnham decides to use his talents for good while Holmes doesn't. Another topic that is expressed is sanity versus insanity. While Burnham is supposedly helping build the fair, he makes little remarks like "make no plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood." This quote proves that while their actions say otherwise, the two men characteristics might not be that different. Evidence. The author uses strong quotes to make his point clear. The note in the beginning of the book states that this is not a work of fiction. Anything between quotation marks comes from a letter, memoir, or other written document. American history. This book taught me that people can have such a strong sense of nationalism that they do whatever it takes to make their homeland seem superior. Chicago was fighting against New York City, D.C., and St. Louis. The goal was that the fair would boost Chicago's self-image and influence further architecture. Favorite, least favorite. My favorite part of the book was watching how the serial killer's story unfolds and how his mind works. I've seen plenty of murder documentaries and I watched and listened to plenty of murder podcasts. And it was interesting to see Holmes' killing tactics and how he dealt with that. Least favorite was how boring the beginning of the book was and how slow everything went. The actual building of the World Fair and Burnham's story wasn't interesting, and it only started to get interesting when Holmes was introduced to the story. Quote that stood out the most was, "I was born with the devil in me. Could not help the fact that I was a murderer no more than the poet can help the inspiration to sing." This quote stood out the most to me because Holmes is basically saying that it is not his fault he's a murderer, and that he was basically born that way. Without even trying to fix his demonic ways, he accepted the fact that it is okay to kill. Book recommendation. I do recommend this book to people studying the topic and even those who aren't. The book The Devil in the White City was well written. While it is boring in the beginning, the unusual writing style makes it interesting by basically having two books in one. The fact that the main characters are so different makes the reader question why the author chose to incorporate it into a well-written historical book. The book has lots of information on the Chicago Fair and its impact. I think that reading this book could give you a lot of information or just give you a good story.